Merab Dvalishvili, the one who always delivers, and his team absolutely crushed it with a vibrant Georgian dance. Those papaka hats, seriously, the coolest.
Hey! Tresa Cartuelos! Kaumar! Kaumar! Ciao!
The no-sex rule in combat sports, myth or fact? Hear it directly from Kamaru Usman, who breaks it down with no filters, focusing on what truly matters for peak performance.
I always wanted to ask this question to athletes, like fighters. The whole myth about sex and the problem and stuff and things like that. What's your take on that?
No, there's really no, I mean, it's been proven, that's a myth, that's been busted, that myth right there. It's not, oh, if you have sex, you're 2 months out of camp and you're having sex, that it affects you. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, that's a myth. But, fight week, not focus on having sex. No way, no, not at all. You know, I tried it one time and I realized that, no, your legs be a little, you know, you don't want to do that to your legs, especially you cutting weight, especially you dieting. First and foremost, your performance ain't gonna be up to par like you used to. And yeah, you just don't want to do that to yourself. For me, physically and mentally, I like to give myself the edge. And so when you do stuff like that, you're cutting into the edge. I ain't even trying to do all that.
So basically what you're saying is you got that porn star cardio like Kobe Cup.
No. He can take that. He got that, you know, but I got the victories. So. You had porn star cardio, but I got the victory.
Daniel Cormier thinks fighters should avoid sex for at least a month before a fight to stay sharp. He and Ben Askren chat about how self-imposed deprivation, like not eating or having sex, might actually boost performance by heightening focus and aggression. Of course, this idea raises eyebrows, especially because it's controversial. Some argue it could be harmful, ethically questionable, and even open the door to abuse.
I tried to recreate that. Like, I tried to recreate that caveman shit in me every fight.
So, yeah, absolutely.
I've stayed from sex for a while, like a month.
Are you kidding me? No, that's wrong. You're dumb.
Listen, I've stayed from sex for like a month.
Okay.
And then don't eat. Like, literally eat at like, so main event usually walked at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yep.
Don't eat past like 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
I agree with that one.
Starving, like literally just starving. Because when you're hungry, right, your mind goes to a place like, if I had to go and kill something to eat right now, I would do that.
Yeah.
And obviously we're not at that level of hunger, but it's like, if I needed to
but
go
you can fake it a little bit.
Yes, right? You can put yourself almost in a caveman mindset to where you're like taking all the pleasures of life that we as men love so much, food, you know, women, those things, that you take it away from yourself.
Yeah.
And then by the time you get in there with this dude, you're like, yo, you're the reason that I didn't get to do this. You're the reason that I'm hungry. Seriously, I would not agree.
McGregor might be boxing Logan Paul for a ridiculous amount of money, but UFC contracts, the definition of exhibition, and the sheer scale of the financial backing make the whole thing a bit of a head-scratcher. Here's what Michael Bisping and Paul Felder have to say about the issue.
I'm curious to see how they're getting around contracts, right? Obviously, Conor is still under contract with the UFC, and I don't see any benefit or upside really for Dana and the guys with the UFC on how that benefits them if he does that. But it's technically an exhibition, right? But there's a purse involved, so. Are there special rule sets? What makes it an exhibition versus a sanctioned pro boxing match? How do they get through that? And yeah, I mean, 250 million. I don't blame anybody for wanting to do it. I'm just curious to see if it's really going to be able to shake out because of all the legality behind contracts. And if the UFC puts their foot down on something like that, I imagine they legally can stop that from happening, especially since they've been trying to get him to fight in the UFC and that hasn't worked out. So I could understand if they weren't offering fights, then maybe it voids his contract. I don't know. It seems like they're trying to push it and make it so big that then something works out, but I don't really know.
Anyway, I looked up this guy. Apparently, Mukesh Ambani is the guy that's going to finance this. He's worth $80 billion. He's one of the richest men on the planet. His house that he lives in is the second most expensive residential property on the planet, behind only Buckingham Palace, where the King of England lives. Recently, his daughter got married. How much do you recently his son, not even his daughter. His daughter got married. Now, we know the Indians love a big fancy wedding. This costs somewhere between 350 to 600 million on the wedding alone.
What about the actual fight itself? Like, do you think they're going to have? Are they really going to fight? I mean, that's the real question to me. Because sometimes with those exhibition matches, the way they lay the rules out, it's more of a kind of intense sparring match. Is there no headgear? Like, what's going on there? And how do you think it shakes out? If they legit fought, I mean, obviously Logan is bigger than Conor, but Conor's, I mean, he's a much better striker than Logan
Remember,
Paul.
Logan also fought Floyd Mayweather, and whilst he was twice the size of him, he did gas, he did get tired, and Floyd rightly won. He didn't stop him like he did Conor. However, that was a referee stoppage. Conor would destroy him if he was in shape, and that's the big thing. Is he going to be in shape? Do you need to? Does that get you up, in the morning to go train to box Logan Paul in an exhibition bout in a cricket stadium in India? Now, granted, it would be a massive spectacle. A lot of people would fly in from all over the world, and the sports washing element would probably be successful. At this guy's wedding alone, he had like Mike Tyson, Katy Perry. The VIP list dropped off a bit. I did notice that the Backstreet Boys were there as well. Started off as some VIPs. They were scraping the barrel.
I'm surprised we didn't get an invite, man. Come on.
Oh, God, come on.
Yeah. Rihanna got $9 million to perform at the rehearsal dinner.
Wow.
9 mil. These guys are throwing around a lot of money.
I'm available if he watches the show.
Me too. If you need a commentator, if you need someone to come and do some YouTube videos, give us a shout. The Believe You Me podcast live from Mumbai.
Oh, yeah.
Ground and pound, jiu-jitsu, and the rules that shape the fight game of the newborn Dirty Boxing Championship. This one's all about what's fair and what leaves fighters vulnerable. Mighty Mouse breaks it down for you.
Ground and pound. Now, this is the interesting one that I'm kind of like torn between, and I don't know if I agree with it. Ground and pound. Conditional ground and pound is allowed, and fighters who score a knockdown can use follow-up ground and pound punches. My biggest gripe about that is that if I get dropped and somebody can come on top of me and ground and pound me, I have no way of attacking the opponent. I can't use any of my jiu-jitsu. I can't grapple. I can't, disrupt his base and go for a heel hook. I can't, throw a triangle or arm bar. It's basically you're kind of fucked and you're gonna get grounded, pounded. So that's something I'm kind of like interested in, like how's that gonna play over duration of the lifespan of the sport? Because you look at legit street fights. I've seen people disarm people. I just saw on Instagram the other day, a guy tried to rob a bank and the guy fucking double legged him and got him in a triangle choke and broke his arm and then took the gun away. So I think that's something that needs to be, if I don't say that, then I feel like I'm not speaking truth. Okay.
In this clip, Kevin Holland vents about a recent truck break-in where his gun was stolen. Listen in to hear what he has to say about the situation.
Hey, someone broke in my truck last night, stole my bag. My bag had my pistol in it. I hope the gun backfires on you, or I hope it jams when you're in a shootout and you get popped, you fucking pinche me wede.
Okay, now I'm really confused. I don't understand if Valentina is for or against OnlyFans. It seems like she might have mixed feelings about it.
Wow!
Hit subscribe and ring the bell to stay in the know with the latest MMA news.